Hello and welcome to a Sherrie with Sherrie. I thought today I'd just share an amusing anecdote about a Christmas present that my now ex-husband bought for me when we were married and our sons were children. It's taken from my second memoir, Better or Dead. I'll just mention the lovely bookmark. This is a gift from my author friend Maureen Turner. It was included in a book that she sent me, a paperback that she sent me. These are some of her titles. But anyway, on to the Christmas present. It was Christmas Eve. Barry and I, both sober, that refers back to a Christmas when we weren't, or I wasn't, but anyway, put the presents out, the boys filling the settee, ours on our respective chairs. I couldn't resist a little glance over at the presents for me. Not too closely, I didn't want to spoil the surprise. But one in particular intrigued me. It was a small parcel. I touched it. It felt like a box and I felt a tremor of excitement. He'd bought me jewellery. At last! I was always telling him I'd love a ring, or earrings even. But preferably a ring. The only rings he'd ever bought me had been my wedding and engagement rings, and that had been 12 years ago. He'd splashed out on the most expensive engagement ring we'd seen, giving me the mistaken impression that he was generous, but had somewhat taken the sparkle off it by saying it was an investment. Not the most romantic thing to say to your new fiancé. Now at last he'd got me another. I wondered if it was an eternity ring. I'd always wanted one, but he hadn't been very forthcoming when I'd suggested it. Perhaps he'd wanted to surprise me. I'd really like to have chosen it myself, but then I'm sure it would be in keeping with my other two rings. I didn't finger the present too much. I wanted to wait until morning. I think I was more excited than the boys that Christmas in anticipation of what was waiting for me in the small enigmatic parcel. Usually my Christmas was seeing the look of delight on Matt and Elliot's faces. And it was, of course, that year, but I was dying to get round to mine. However, I didn't want to rush it. I wanted to enjoy it, to savour the moment. So I watched Barry open his presents. Then he said, "Go on, lovey, open yours." He wanted to see my reaction when I looked at the ring, and I smiled a Mona Lisa smile as I opened all of the others and left that one until last. There it sat, the only one left in its wrapping. I felt Barry's eyes on me as I picked it up. Part of me wanted to rip the paper off and reveal its hidden secrets, but the other part wanted me to hold on to the mystery and surprise for a few seconds more. I peeled off the sellotape, pulled back the paper to expose a box of After Eight mints. Not even a full-size box either. It only contained 5. "Well, I always said I wouldn't buy you chocolates, lovey, so you don't get fat," said Barry, totally oblivious to my look of incredulous disappointment. I thought you'd got me a ring." Ha 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 ha. He all but rolled on the floor in hysterics. I could feel tears of dismay and loss for the gift that I'd never have amassing in my throat, but I wouldn't give them their freedom and reveal my innermost feelings. "I really wanted a ring," I said in a muted tone. "Oh well, never mind. Come on, let's get the dinner on." Now, perhaps some people might wonder why, as I'm divorced and happily single, why I still wear my rings. But I didn't for a long time because I couldn't wait to get them off. They were like shackles when we got divorced. But later I thought, well, they're mine. I like them. And also they're symbolic of my family. Without the marriage, there'd have been no children, no grandchildren. So that's why I wear them and that's why I like them. Anyway, thank you for listening. Cheers. Enjoy your day.